All right. Hey guys, thanks for joining us for another episode of Hurry Up and Wait. This week's episode, we're going to talk to Harvey. He's a local veteran and local business owners. He makes stickers, little coins, and uses 3D printer to get very creative and makes and prints out a lot of different things. That being said, thank you for joining us today. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Hurry Up and Wait. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Hurry Up and Wait. And today, my next guest, like last week, his name is Matt also. So with that being said, Matt, what's your last name?
Harvey.
Matt Harvey. That way I can distinguish you guys because everybody's starting to look the same to me. No offense.
I've used to go by Harvey for
Harvey.
For 25
I like it.
years. So
I like it. So welcome to the show. And
thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. So the way the show goes, it's real simple. Ask a few questions, drink a couple beers, and tell me about yourself. The easiest question, first question is, I'll go with Harvey. Harvey, tell me about what was life before joining the military? What's life as a kid for you?
I was
Come on, man.
Prescott, Arizona, nerd in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Skinny as a beanpole.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, there was nothing to me. So it was 2001. And I went in June that year. So
You going Army?
went in the Army, June 2001. Was going to get the GI Bill, get out, and go to college. Because it was all about school and nerding out and that kind of stuff. And
What kind of nerd shit were you into?
I was trying to figure out computers. I was drawing stuff, reading books.
So do you remember back in the day when AMD was just awful? Like the fucking chips, the microchips that they make, the GPUs and shit like that, like Intel.
It was,
But then AMD Ryzen is out now, but like everybody likes AMD, and I was like, when I was a kid, AMD was garbage. You remember
the first
that?
time I used a laptop was my senior year in high school. I read paper.
Oh no shit!
Yeah, first time I ever used a laptop. my friends had a desktop with the dial-up.
Okay.
So I used to play some game. I can't even remember anymore what it was, but go over to their house and it'd be on this online world game or something.
World of Warcraft?
No, it was even before that.
Oregon Trail?
I remember Oregon Trail.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're kind of dating ourselves now, dude.
So,
Hell yeah.
yeah, so that was like small town. I was a pizza cook,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'd get my the rest of the staff to do my homework for me.
Were you a nerd or a bully?
I was the youngest one there, right?
Okay.
And they were like, "Oh, history stuff. This is cool. Let me help you with it." Then they found out like I'm waiting till the last minute to do it, and I'm still getting A's on it, and they're like, "No."
Hell yeah. Fuck it. All right, cool.
So,
Yeah, and then you said Prescott, right?
yeah.
Okay, so what I know of Prescott now is that it's overpriced. Everybody's trying to move, and their mothers from California are moving there. I'd have to imagine, 2000? 2000, it had to have been a lot different. A lot more small town.
It was a lot more small town. Yes, there's a lot of people moving in with a lot of money, but if you're in the right areas and know the right people, it still has a small town in there.
Okay.
Like they are two distinct people.
Okay. Sounds like Jersey.
Yeah. Well, Maricopa is kind of like that here too. You'll find a core bunch of people that they're from Maricopa, been here forever, and then you got all the commuters that just go hide in their houses. And
Well, I mean, I bought the house in 2016, and to me, the town was small then.
yeah,
So I've been absolutely irate with them trying to grow and expand. Like I remember when it was just one shop, like it was the shopping center ended at Fry's.
Yeah.
Like there was no Dollar Tree, there was no gym, it ended at Fry's, and I was just like, this is nice. And then now it's like we got apartments and more housing. Like when I bought this house, everything around here, like flat as the eye can see. You know what I mean?
I was here a year after you.
Okay, so you remember that. Oh, then you know. Like
I bought a bicycle. I know you're gonna ask me later, but just save gas, do my errands around town.
Yeah.
I gotta trying to find a safe way to get into town. You got the bridge.
Yeah.
And people just drive like they don't care.
Yeah. No, talking about bicycle, I got a motorcycle. Boy, I tell you what, man, it's ass driving in this town. It wasn't too bad in 2016, but man, it's gotten so much worse.
Yeah.
Like this town's not that this town sucks, but I feel like it's losing that small town charm.
Yeah.
Especially that like
15 minutes on the road in town.
Yeah.
The bridge is already there.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So then what else about your childhood can you remember or like you liked about like besides, small town living before you came in? What drove you to be like, you know what? I'm joining the Army. What made that decision?
I think part of it was 2000s, nothing was going on. You got the GI Bill.
Mm-hmm.
You get the free education. We weren't rolling money. I was a mechanic.
Right.
So, free way to go to college. It's hey, why not?
Fuck yeah.
So.
No, I get it. And then around that time, 2001, 9/11 happened. Did you get like all like...
So I was already in.
Oh, you're already in?
June. I was 6 days out of high school.
Oh, shit.
I was in 206 Bottom, landmine warfare at Fort Leavenworth, Missouri.
Oh, shit.
What happened, yeah.
Landmine warfare. And that became like the flavor of the war. IEDs. Holy shit. Pressure plates.
I didn't even think about that connection.
No. Boy, the stars lined up for you.
Well, yeah, I joined. They said, "Hey, you want to blow things up?" And I'm like, "Cool." Yeah, I was really hard to sell. So combat engineer, landmine warfare, and then that was.
So would that transition into like EOD? Because for us, we called it EOD. I don't know if EOD was the same for you. I'm not sure if it was universal title EOD.
EOD is a universal title. But we're like two different things. EOD that's going to be your surgeon. They're going to go in there. They're going to tear apart the bomb. They're going to find the evidence. They're going to figure out who made the bomb, all that extra stuff.
Okay.
We're like the combat medics. We're going in there. We're throwing duct tape on it.
Oh, hell yeah. First responders and shit. Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to go find it. And then we'll call it an EOD and they'll come and figure out what's going on.
All right. So, since we're kind of going into our second question, what was like while you were in, George W. signed a paper, said, go get him, and all of that stuff. So that was Enduring Freedom, right? That time?
That was Operation
Iraqi Freedom. Yeah. All right. Enduring Freedom is the other one.
That came next. It was, they sent me to Korea first.
Okay.
And, of course, we're on Threatcon Delta and everything. So you're showing up. We got armored personnel carriers sitting at the gate. There's just all kinds of craziness.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up spending my whole active career in Korea because it was just wicked cool and I have a lot of good time. So
I've had a couple of guests that told me they were time in Korea. Mine was short. It was 29 days. We were artillery, and I told this story before. Junior was in power, moving up and down. We just posted up at the DMZ. We were like, okay, make your move, cowboy.
Yeah.
And then before the 30th day, they're like, yo, get him the fuck out of here. We don't want to pay them extra. Fuck the ribbon. Bro, they were so fuck us is that they didn't even have a way to get us back on ship. They threw us on these AAVs, the amphibian assault vehicles. Those fucking, God, I hated that. That's one of the most atrocious rides I've ever been on. All I remember is the waves. We're hitting and hitting, and everybody's just like, people who came out of those things without their Kevlar, you know it was in their Kevlar. Yeah. They blew chunks. My only saving grace is because those fucking things were leaking. I had sat in a spot where cold seawater was just dripping, and then I was getting hot. All these motherfuckers are hot and puking. I'm there like, don't do it, and just the cold water hitting my neck and cooling me off, and I'm like, sweet Jesus, this is my saving grace. But yeah, man,
I had a ride on a C-130 like that.
Oh, I've never been on a C-130. All my stuff was booze cruises, but yeah, I heard C-130s are no fun.
Yeah.
Like,
we're dropping into, I think it's Habanera, and just drop in, bank left, bank right, pull up, drop down.
Yeah, dude, I heard FedEx boxes have a better day than like our boys would in those fucking things. Like,
it wasn't too bad. It was but there's a few of them. They couldn't handle it.
Fuck yeah. Yeah. So then a little bit more like, okay, so you were in country, or
I was in Korea, yeah.
Okay.
Camp House with the 44th Engineers, and we joked we were TRP-1 because we were just sitting on a hill. You can actually see North Korea. Mm-hmm. If it wasn't hazy or raining or foggy or all the things that are Korea. Mm-hmm. And now I was getting into the Army stuff. I was getting really excited. I was like doing a little extra PT here and there. Talked to an FS recruiter and didn't have enough rank yet. Uh-huh. But then, like I said, I was nerdy before, so I started getting into the culture and driving around Korea and getting to know things, and that kind of, all the hardcore stuff just kind of faded away. And
there's some sweet, those are some very sweet people. Like the dudes I trained with, I've seen them go through some shit. Like any good military, the hazing or just the training. Yeah. And I mean, there was still such sweet, respectful. They looked at us like we're superheroes, and we're looking at them going through their training, and we're like, oh my God.
I still talk to a couple
like
on Facebook.
That's awesome. I had a couple of friends of them, but I lost contact because I lost Facebook. My personal Facebook. I got tired of everybody being very political. Yeah, I didn't care for what side he was on, but then, there's those mass. I support this, so I'm gonna change my profile picture to this flag. And then at one point, I won't say when, I won't even say the event. It's just at one point, so many people like, I support this, and they changed their flag to this kind. They put the country flag over the Facebook, and I'm like, you guys think you're doing something, huh? Oh yeah, we're supporting. And I was like, yep. Delete, and after that I never went back. Yeah. The only thing I do is for the podcast. That's it, man. I don't got time to see people. We used to call them social justice warriors. Now I guess they're woke or whatever. Fucking sue me. I don't care.
Yeah, no, it's.
But yeah, no, I don't really talk to my Korean buddies anymore. But dude, I'll tell you what, man. They're some of the nicest people, and my time there was shit because I was a boot, and we were digging holes, and it was during the winter time, and you know how it goes when you're up on the hemisphere and below the hemisphere, it's opposite. So I think we were in Korea in February, and it was freezing our dicks off, and we ended up going. It was back to back, Korea and Thailand, and we were freezing our asses off in Korea. Like, I'm talking about like 30, highs of 30s, lows of 0 to 5, digging holes, standing posts in our marshmallow suits, freezing our asses off. And one time I'm in the barracks, I go to use the pisser like at 2 a.m, and their platoon's out in formation and their skivvies. And their fucking platoon sergeant's lighting them up. And then he grabs a bucket of water. Wow. Hits him with it. I'm just like I'm in the barracks. I'm in the warmth, and I'm looking out the window, and I duck, and I'm like, oh my God, if the monster sees me, I'm dead type shit. And I was just like, no. And we wake up like 6:30. and
Yeah.
they're already dressed in information. I don't know if they went to sleep. They probably stayed up all night getting fucked up, and then they were ready to roll. And I was like, and they're again, hey, how's it going? How's everything? And I'm like, you guys are our heroes. I'm like, you guys are my heroes. Like, holy shit.
Oh, I've been out there middle of winter in Korea, and we're doing mop training with the mask.
Yep.
Take it off, and everything just instantly freezes to your face.
Yeah.
We were stuck out there at the Korea Training Center, Twin Bowls. Whatever it was, can't remember the name, but we couldn't leave because everything was frozen. We had track vehicles, and it was just like.
Which is the one that had that 100-foot rappel tower? Do you remember that?
I think that's a
big ass
Casey Hovey.
Yeah.
I did aerosol school there.
That's where I trained at. Dude, for years, I'm like, what the fuck was the name of that base? Casey Hovey.
Yeah.
Huge, big, red-ass tower. Boy, I pissed myself trying to rappel that thing. 100 feet. And I'm like, it's either you're out so you can go or in so you can close. And I'm just like halfway. And I'm just trickling down the fucking rope. And they're like, hurry the fuck up, Ramus. I'm like, fuck no. Like, I don't give a shit if it was my corporal or sergeants yelling at me. I was like, nope, I'm getting down when I get down. Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh my God.
That was a good time.
Fuck that place. Dude, that was a training area. That was those barracks right there. Not too far away from the Red Tower. Bro, I'll never forget
2 weeks in those, yeah.
Yeah, so you kind of know those barracks where you look down and you see them in the fucking big open area. Yeah, that's where I was. Oh my God. I'll never forget that day. Watching those dudes get buckets of water thrown on them. And the fucking freezing, like it's freezing, like.
But you're standing there,
yeah,
at daytime, and you're looking up at the sun, and you're just wishing you could feel it.
Yeah.
No,
Another saving grace was this dude would come around lunchtime with hot noodles.
Cheesy noodles,
cheesy noodles, ramen noodles. Like, what you want, spicy or non-spicy? At the time, I wasn't big on spicy. Now I am. But I was like, yo, give me spicy. I need to burn up. He fucking puts the hot plate with the hot water, gets the big bowl of ramen noodles, and all he wanted was an MRE.
Yep.
1-for-1 swap with the MRE. And I was just like, here you go. You want a soda? Here's another MRE.
Yeah.
Like, oh, dude. Boxes that man made. I don't know what he did with them. I don't care. But
well, they say if you didn't let him show up to your site, Slicky Boy would show up.
Who's that?
Korean civilians, they can get into any camp. It doesn't matter.
No shit.
And they would steal your shit.
No shit.
Yeah. So you had to let Ajima set up and Adachi and
I'm all for it, dude. He saved my life during that fucking those freezing ass days.
Well, they should also run a tab for you too.
No shit.
If you didn't pay when you got out of the field, she was there knocking on Sergeant Major's door.
Oh no shit, dude! Damn, they had the hustle, huh?
I
thought Vietnam and fucking Japan had. Nah, never mind, I take it back. They all had the hustles on us. maybe not Thailand, but yeah, because Thailand they were cool. Like we went the next month after Korea, and after freezing our dicks off, we're there in Thailand, like melting our nuts off, bro, across the hemisphere, and that was in its own shithole of a 2-week off, but. We all got libo, and I mean that's the only thing anybody remembers. I had a good time. Yeah. I've told this story before. I had a great time. I'd say 90% of the ship they're wrapped around the line for medic. Longer than the chow line. Not me. I looked at them. I'm like, haha, stupids. I didn't stick my dick anywhere it didn't belong. I was happily married. But yeah, all right, cool. So most of your career was in Korea, right?
No. It was just first 3 years. So,
first 3 years, all right. What
what
happened after those 3 years?
So there's a couple parts of this. May 17th, I go on terminal leave from active duty. My dad wanted me to come home and go to college because that's what I originally went in for.
Right.
9/11 happens. Iraq happens. Now, I'm still young and dumb, so I didn't see the writing on the wall. But they were stacking up 2 IDs, 2nd Infantry Division, 2nd Brigade, to deploy. They're bringing people from Drum, they're bringing people from Bragg, and they're just stacking all the leadership roles. They're asking me to stay, and I'm like, nah, I'm gonna leave. Make my dad happy. But I'm gonna join the Guard. So May 17th, I head out. May 18th, I'm on a bird. I'm flying across the ocean. They get their orders to leave for Iraq from Korea. So just been the last 2 years living with these dudes, and they're heading to Ramadi, Iraq.
Damn.
So that was 2004.
And that's for like the initial? No, that's not the initial push.
It wasn't an initial push. They were part of the second battle of Fallujah.
Yeah, there it is. I knew something big was there.
And then they went up to Habaniya and Ramadi after that.
Mm-hmm.
So
damn.
I went home, and then of course, I felt guilty as shit. We have one guy, he was in the initial division, actually had a Purple Heart, and then after Iraq, they sent him to Korea for a break. He got sent right back.
Fuck.
Yeah, it was like that poor bastard. So joined the Guard. Thought I'd do aviation. I lasted 6 months. No, it was done.
What happened?
Aviation. Yeah, aviators are cool.
A bit stuck up, are they?
But you get some of them that are just, they can't get out of their head. Head doesn't fit in the room.
You know why? They probably thought they were fucking Goose and Maverick and shit like that.
I fly, you all support me.
Oh, okay.
So, I have don't get me wrong, I got some friends that are good people.
Mm-hmm.
But the aviation world just is not the same as combat engineering world.
No, and I get it though, because it goes back to like the whole like you and I don't like each other. I'm a Marine, you're Army, but we look at fucking Air Force and we look at look at that nerd, and it's across the board. Like you guys suck, you know. And my buddy, he's Air Force, but he was some kind of ground troop for them. So he's like, you guys stop making fun of me, man. I actually did stuff. I was like, why don't you do stuff elsewhere, huh? You went Air Force, you boot. But yeah, no, I get it. Yeah. So
my last assignment was joint, and my NCOIC was there. So by the end of it, he was more Army, knife-handed people, and I was more laid back and chilled with the Air Force style. So
that's funny. So then, okay, so what else? So what happened with the Guard? You guys finally?
So I came back, went back to Prescott, and then I'm seeing everything on the news, and so I reach out to the Guard and like, you mobilizing anybody? And it was, I think it was Christmas Eve. They came back and said, "Hey, we found your deployment."
Oof. Merry fucking Christmas.
For me, I wanted to go though.
Yeah.
Like,
of course.
Yeah, it was Merry Christmas, and I'm still paying for it.
What if you don't want to? If you want to talk about it, what happened?
So, March, I get to the mobilization center,
right,
and it's Pennsylvania's the head higher command for this deployment for the National Guard. There's like 32 different states, and I think there's about 2 or 3 of us actually from Arizona that are part of this. I'm stuck with Rhode Island. They were construction engineers that were converted over to combat engineers. And so this is all brand new to them. And then we're boots on ground in Iraq come July. We're taking over for 2nd Infantry Division, 2nd Brigade, the people I just left. We're replacing them in the same place.
Oh, tell me you saw them during changeover.
We did. And it was my battalion commander. I was only in E5, but my battalion commander even. What you doing here, Harvey? Saw my old first sergeant. Same thing. What you doing here? And the joke was they made me the retention NCO as well.
Yeah.
So our very first mission out with the handover, we hit an IED. I was 3-4 vehicles back. So that was probably like the most surreal moment. I mean, We've only been there a couple days. First time we even go out, and you go to set perimeter, and this is probably one of the most important things. You react as you train.
Yeah.
I don't think we trained well enough because it was just. But I mean, we weren't set up for success. These guys were construction guys.
Yeah.
They build a road. They build all kinds of great things.
Mm-hmm.
We're not necessarily combat engineers, and
Not looking for things.
and then I was about a year out from the last time I really trained as a combat engineer, even though we went to the train up.
Yeah.
So it was just you're sitting out there. It's like you're taking a knee. I'm looking around, and Ramadi's like not what you really think. It's you got desert right over here, and then by the river you got all this green.
Right.
So you just kind of look it in, take it in, and it was wild.
There we go. So
So that was day one, and then it just went on like that for the rest of the year, 13 months. IEDs, looking for them, rocket attacks. October, it was like almost every other day we lost somebody. So between the Marines, the contractors, the CIA people, the spooks running around, it was almost every third day we lost somebody.
God
If you average it out. So
yeah, I talked to a lot of the guys because compared to like Korea, Vietnam, now this is like that's my pappy's and grandpappy's generation of stuff. And when I was in, we were still because I came in 10, and I was fully expected to go like the artillery battery I went with. They were just coming out of Afghan, so it's like I've heard all the stories and never went in and touched the sand myself, but I saw a lot of my sergeants, staff sergeants, a car backfires and like, you know what I mean? It's like I got to see the stuff back home. They you know what you're getting into when you're over there, but it's a whole different story when this dude is sitting in his room in the barracks alone drinking, and you're watching him break down. So I was like, I can't say I understand what it's like for pressure plates or like for all of that stuff, but I've met enough dudes who told me the stories and all of that where it's just like, fuck, were you able to get help coming back? You know what I mean? 13 months, right? Did you get your 2 weeks R&R to come and de-stress at all? Or
I'll set the stage a little bit more for Ramadi. 05, 06. I know some people don't think it's a big deal. Some people think it's really cool, but that's when Chris Kyle got his name.
Yeah.
The
truth, the movie glorified him and kept him very grounded, but the truth behind it is not as glorious as. But yeah, I know.
But if you watch it, and it was just what I was. That's what.
Yeah.
And Jocko, he was the commander. He's got his own books.
Yeah.
Like I said, like some people and some people wait, but
yeah.
But that's the time frame I was there. They sent them.
That was in the shit. That was when it was in full swing.
That's why they sent them in. There was parts of Iraq that in Ramadi that coalition forces didn't control. It was and then I'm going out running 6 of us. Maybe an truck on top of that.
Fuck.
So 2 trucks, gotta drive to TC. And so you're trying to respond to anything, to find it was just we didn't necessarily know any better. You got trained better. They're still gathering lessons learned from us, and we didn't have the equipment necessarily even do more than that.
Were you at least in the up armoreds by that time, or were you still running the soft top? Okay, yeah.
Partway through.
That's been the consistent like when my buddy, he was on a prior episode, he was like, yeah, no, we were rag tops and we would take sheet metal from houses and in a machine shop, and they would outfit their stuff. And some of the stuff that they rigged on their little makeshift Humvees would be like the prototype blueprint for stuff that they would later on build. And it was just like, wow.
And I heard a year or two later after we had left that if the AC on the F bottom went out, they couldn't take it out. That was not our case. You just don't have AC, so it's be you.
Yeah, no, dude. What I used, it was because when I was stationed in 2-9, it was like it was quite the opposite. It's like, hey, there's no AC and the engine's gonna overheat, so turn on the heater.
Sounds about right.
So just run the heater and enjoy the breeze, buddy. Water. Good luck. And I mean, we did it. I mean, I can only imagine what in country was like because, 29 Palms is ass, but you're talking about Afghan Iraq hitting $130 regularly, like daily, and then dropping drastically to like 50s because you're in the wide open nothingness. So it's like, wow, that sucks.
Yeah. So we got through that. Get back to Camp Shelby in Mississippi, and then I joined on to go to Fort Knox for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So,
are there any more in the bag, or is that?
Oh, yeah. I made sure we had plenty.
Okay, fuck yeah. That's how I know you're a veteran. Thank you.
Not even the most epic beer run.
No, I don't give a shit. Look, it's 0 calories, right?
No, it's minimal calories.
Minimal calories, but it's still Michelob, like Amberbach. Michelob Amberbach's my favorite. So, and like I said, free beer is fucking free beer.
Like I was telling you, Ultra's new.
Yeah.
All the crap that.
Fucking cheers. So you get back to
so it was operational warrior trainer. Mm-hmm. So our goal was to take lessons learned to other units going overseas. So I sat down and we're doing route recon training for all the other National Guards for the next few years that were going overseas.
God damn. So you were the guinea pig, and then you got to share your. Yeah. This is what we learned. This is what you shouldn't do, for lack of a better.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oof.
So I did that for a good 2 years. It was a good time. I made some good friends. Uh-huh. There's some good people out there. I don't think everybody's meant to do route reconnaissance, and but
I know I get told a lot from my boys, my pappies and grandpappies. It was like, I didn't go in for Call of Duty. I went in because there was a job that needed to be done, and not everybody wanted to do it. So I was annoyed that when I said I volunteer, raised my right hand, send me, and they send me everywhere. But like I went with kids in comm school, same class, and as I go to artillery, Mojave Viper, I'm training all these grunt units to go. My buddy, I lost one buddy who was in class with me, and he went with one of my drill instructors. We were both in his platoon in boot camp, and he was one of our favorite ones, and he would fuck us all up, but he was on the way out, so he didn't care. He was just a cool as DI. I fucking love that guy. And he went as a radio operator, and my DI went as a platoon sergeant for one of the grunt platoons. And my buddy, I don't think he made it back. I honestly don't know because I lost contact. I heard he got hit with something, and nobody could find out. And then life just went on. So I was like, I don't know if he made. I know my DI drill instructor did make it back, but it was like, damn, And I trained him. I was helping artillery shoot while they were moving, so I could talk to them over the radios, being a radio operator, and it was just like, damn, man, I didn't want to go again to chase glory. It wasn't about Chris Kyle or anything. It was just about, I signed up for a job. Yet you send me on 3 fucking booze cruises, and I'm like, this is dumb. This is dumb.
I told you I started for the college.
Yeah.
And I turned into 25 years.
That's impressive. And so was it 25 years with the Guard, or did you go full active after that? Or
No, so I did those. So when you're in the Guard, you get your active duty days. Every day you go on active duty, you still get a cure the same amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
I did the 2 years with Fort Knox. Came back to Arizona, and about 6 months later, there was another opportunity. I was doing the same thing with mobilization training branch. So we're out there training guards. So they do 30 days in the state, and then they go to the mobilization center and do another month or two, maybe, and then they're good to go overseas. So I did that for another. So I got back 2008. I did that almost to 2012. So
Another 4
just
years.
accumulating a lot of active duty days and keep going that way.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Huh? Huh? What are you doing? What are you doing, fit boy? What are you doing, fit boy? No? Uh-huh. No, you're not gonna. No. Down. Get down. Get down. But yeah. Okay.
So come 2010, I had two opportunities. I'd come out on the E7 list and accepted an OCS.
Okay.
So
you went officer route?
I did the officer route.
Oh shit. Matt, I was talking to him. I was talking to Matt, the last guest, and he was mentioning stuff about that too. Like I told him, we call those Mustangs when you're enlisted.
Yeah.
And you go OCS and you become an officer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how was that?
OCS was the worst school I've ever been through.
Okay. I have a theory why, but I want to hear why was the worst school you went to.
They were just trying to destroy us. We were low crawling across concrete pads. Then we're getting smoked because we tore uniforms, low crawling across concrete pads. No time to react, to do anything properly. At one point, one of the 2-week schools I went to, I'm arguing with an infantry captain on how the 249 actually fires. He's trying to tell me it's a closed bolt system.
Oh yeah, it is. It's absolutely a
right?
240 saw is a fucking close. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. I was like,
you got it, sir.
Then we had ROTC second lieutenants trying to teach us, and it's like, dude, I got more time on a porter shitter overseas than you have in the Army.
Okay, see, that's where I was going. I was thinking that's what made it hard. Like I could understand. Well, this sucks. You're trying to break us, but make us crawl across the asphalt and all of that. But it's more of a what butter bar are you talking about, man? Yeah. Like, come on, man. Because that's it's pretty universal. Once you see the butter bar come in, and you're just like, well, this fool's gonna be arrogant as shit, or he's gonna be down to earth and be like, yo, I need to lean on you, you know. Yeah. And fuck, man. Like I've had a couple of really awesome lieutenants. By a couple, I mean I can count on one hand.
Yeah.
And then in the 7 years that I was in, fucking countless fucking retards. Now I'm just like, bro, I wouldn't follow you into the fucking. I wouldn't follow you into chow.
I mean, they're trying to give you advice like you need to get your compass. I think some of these instructors are just trying to mess with them because they're going to be lieutenants.
They have to.
But then they're giving them. They're not training them right. They're having them go in and look like asses in front of the platoons.
Uh-huh.
So the platoon's not like, you're an ass.
Mm-hmm.
Then they're telling them they got to go demand stuff from supply, and supply's like, no.
Yeah.
Right? And then they also probably got a feeling that, like, well, these E7s were teaching me, so can I even trust my platoon's arm?
Uh-huh.
So the whole system just...
Yeah.
I know some people running the courses now. They're trying to do a better job. I give them shit about it, but It's like, don't be the reason why your lieutenant won't trust his platoon sergeant.
Yeah.
So
No, I definitely, when I was in artillery or gun bunnies, we had our one golden boy.
yeah.
Boy, he was meritorious this, meritorious that, got his own, like, from lance to sergeant within a year or two, and he got his gun and meritorious fucking got what we called NAMs, the Navy Achievement Medals. And
Yeah.
boy, this dude was on cloud nine. Everybody fucked and sucked his dick gloriously. Then he went to Virginia, and
Yeah.
he went to go train officers. Well, imagine my shock and awe when I found out this fucking goober got fucking ninja punched all the way back down to PFC, lost rank, lost pay, because he thought he was shit hot and he thought he could haze lieutenants, and then he was drinking, being belligerent, and he thought, he was like, I was like, yeah, no, that fucking tracks. Everybody fucking blew your ass up, and now you're sergeant, and now you think you can run shit, and it's just like, I wouldn't be surprised if some lieutenants are like, yeah, fuck this dude and fuck my platoon sergeant, because, so it makes sense. It makes sense because, man, I've seen it firsthand. Just, I wouldn't say coddled, but boy, he was allowed to get away. Like the star quarterback, or the team is like, he's allowed to get away with everything. Coach is going to protect him, and then now, nope, he went somewhere else and he got fucking lit up. Found out that I got out as a sergeant and dude got out as like a lance. And I was like, oh, but I thought you were the golden boy. What happened? All right, so then OCS, what did you survive OCS? Did you come out with?
I survived.
Came out of Butter Bar.
Came out of Butter Bar, so. I got to serve in every role except for first sergeant in a combat engineer company.
So when you transitioned, what were you? Were you like E7 or E6 or what?
E6. I passed up to E7.
Okay.
So for somebody else could get promoted because I knew I'm stubborn enough. I knew I could get through OCS.
Yeah, that's for us as staff sergeant E6, and then gunnery sergeant was fucking E7. So from staff sergeant, you went to Butter. Yeah, that's cool, man.
Yeah, I had to play platoon leader. So I stayed in engineer. Most of my time was still as a combat engineer, but got to stay in the same branch, but it really opened up to different things I could do. So building roads one day. One day I was down in Nogales when the sewer washed out and there were all these flash floodings and buildings were in trouble. So I got to go down there and help redo all the banks and help lead that. So it was got a lot more cool opportunities than if I just stayed as a combat engineer.
Right.
So.
And then, did you go back to any of the other theaters after that?
I did. In 2018, I went back to Jordan.
You don't hear that name a lot. I know there's always something somewhere. So
it is. So unless you're getting rotated to Europe, Jordan is probably the best deployment you'll ever have.
Okay.
Because they'll let you go and have a couple beers. It's just Iraq, Afghanistan, it was all no-go, it was shut down. Jordan, you can still have beers.
No shit. I mean, the little things, right?
It's the little things.
No.
Plus, Jordan is relying on all the tourism. So
just like Vietnam, not Vietnam, but like Philippines and shit.
So you get a 4-day pass once a month. They want you. Part of the requirement of being there is going out and seeing the sights. So
man, what orders I have.
Right.
Fuck. Because for us, it's we're going to go do a 2-week op in Thailand, and we're going to be liberal for 4 days. And don't fuck up. And sure shit, somebody fucked up. That's it. Everybody secured the ship. But,
yeah, I went out. So my colonel, he was like, all right, Harvey, You're my figure it out guy.
Okay.
And so originally the base was supposed to be secret, but I guess it was all over CNN. So Tower 22 is up in the right hand corner. So they sent me up there to be the base mayor.
All right.
So it's we call it Boss Eye. It's the base operating, like keeping everything together to run the base, make sure things are going, who's supplying what goes where. We had all kinds of different people coming in and out of there all the time, and we're supporting special forces up in Syria, and we got ISIS running between the two bases on the logistic map. You got this humanitarian camp right over there that we're supplying water to. We don't get the water; they're getting the water. And it was just, just keeping things running. We had I got a call from the embassy, the FBI or CIA, one of them. All the three-letter agencies were coming and going and doing things. Because the generator went out for our Jordanian side. No one told me we had a generator to maintain for the Jordanian side. And you get this call like from the embassy, like, why are you messing up my stuff? It's actually raining in the middle of winter in Jordan, and they're working, trying to figure out some generator. And
how's the weather out there?
It was hot. Winter was kind of cold, and winter was wet.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I mean, because what a lot of people don't think about is the weather in a lot of these places. Like people hear Afghan and they think immediately, oh, across the board, the Sahara Desert, just sand. But people fail to realize like their mountainous areas are fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like pine trees and like beautiful weather and mountaintops, like fucking like a Flagstaff and shit like that. You know, they don't think about that.
Well, if you go down to the southwest side, I mean, that's where you see a lot of these Indiana Jones and the Transformers when they're in the desert. That's what was all filmed.
Yeah.
You know, the wadis and...
Yeah.
But up where I was at, it was... Like, used to be like seabed. It was just flat.
Oof.
Kind of rolling hills, no vegetation.
Oof. That
When
sounds
the
rough.
clouds came in, though, for the rain... Being in Arizona, you get this when you see the clouds coming in, right?
Mm-hmm.
But here we can see them. They're like thousands of feet up in the air.
Uh-huh.
This was like they were like 100 feet over you. They were just like low to the ground,
like Florida weather.
Kind of. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Okay.
But we had the windstorms, dust storms, all that stuff.
The boobs or whatever the fuck they want to call those dust storms.
We had people trying to shoot at us from Ruckbahn, but AK-47s don't go that far.
Nah, they're not accurate. AKs, they're great. You can beat the shit out of them, but I look at them like more accuracy by volume than actual. I mean, unless you know what you're doing, you know, like with any good rifle. But
we had this deep fog one morning, and the Jordanians, they had part of the base, and it was, I think they just do recon by fire, or not even recon by fire, but just they just start doing warning shots with a 50 cal. Keep people trying to sneak in from Syria. They just start firing. You just wake up and it's ba 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 ba.
The close,
ba, 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 ba.
the closed bolt, fucking 249. No, that's accuracy by volume right there, you know.
So yeah, they're just firing, shooting at stuff, and I was like, all right. Asking around, it's like, yeah, no, they just figure they just scare people away in case they're trying to sneak in. Cautionary fire.
Okay, I mean, fuck it. So yeah, so are they? Is Jordan still active? Like, is it one of those that just
they still got people going in and out of there for different reasons.
Okay,
supporting the Middle East and stuff like that.
Okay.
I look on Google Maps once in a while and see all the work I got done.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I think that was the coolest thing about being an engineer. Like the combat engineer, couldn't really see anything, but like as an engineer, when you're doing the construction side, you can get on Google Maps and be like, I made that.
Yeah.
I did that. I fixed that.
I mean, that goes. I get where that feels. So like a sense of accomplishment. Like you didn't just go in and I don't want to say waste your time, but it's like instead of having the question of like, why was I here? What I do this for? It's like, no, I built that. Like that's my mark. So
I mean, I know I had some help in the whole thing.
Yeah,
but,
of course.
But one of the things I did is, through coordination, working with other people, we were able to move the Baja, the ammunition storage, the risk assessment for where originally was at. It would have taken out the whole base and they had hit it.
Yeah, one good fucking IDF.
And would have just taken it out. Where we moved it, you would have lost a couple guards and like $90,000 versus the millions and the hundreds of lives.
Yeah.
So, and then when I mentioned CNN, they had the drone attack. Of course, I wasn't there. I'm not part of it, so I didn't get the specifics of what attacked. But from what I understand, it was in the same vicinity. So,
Right.
you can sleep good at night knowing, like, hey, I potentially may have been part of something really good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, that's fucking awesome. Yeah, I don't think positively when I was overseas, I was never a part of any of that. At best, I might have changed a couple training SOPs because at the time I was a boot. I drove a fucking our 7 tons. And I kind of parked it on a sand dune because my ground guide was retarded, and he posted me where half my truck was hanging off in there, so we had to dig it and kind of back it out. And then Motor T used that picture from there on out of my truck for their training and how not to park your fucking truck. There was that, but like,
I mean, so you became part of the safety brief.
yeah, exactly. That's not great, but it's whatever.
Well,
okay, I was like, okay, that's my mark. but
I experienced a couple tragedies with vehicles, so I mean, it's actually probably a really good thing.
Oh, okay, I'll take it.
Now the armored bridges that we had, the tanks and stuff. It wasn't our company, but it was our battalion. There was 2 little girls that got killed.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, so you were saying
so
2 little
being
girls.
Part of safety brief. It was the armored bridges.
Yeah.
We lost a few people, like almost month, back to back. They brakes went out, rolled down a hill, went through a 5-ton. Hand and arm signals between what is it, the Bradley and the AVLB.
Yeah.
So the AVLB's got this beam right here in the middle. So if you're driving down in your vehicle, just put a big giant cardboard box in the middle of your hood and try to see the other side of the road.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, well, 2 little girls got ran over because they were trying to wave at them, and so they tried to get off the road because they thought they didn't understand. But
damn, that's fucking.
I guess
that's a S.
Yeah, no, I guess I kind of went a. Yeah, the good part of being part of a safety brief might be for the best.
Yeah, no, I get it. So, no, man, I guess so. Yeah, I'll take it. it.
Probably save somebody.
Yeah, but dude, okay, so
I mean, we're in the game of what if.
Yeah,
that's pretty much our lives.
Yeah, no, dude, there isn't very many jobs out there. Like there are jobs out there, but there aren't very many that you wake up in the morning and be like, okay, time to put my life on the line.
Yeah,
and for the what they say is the greater good, but the mission, today's mission is go run a patrol, and whatever you come across. So, all right, so then we're still in Jordan. ISIS, I don't even think ISIS, like, I think they're around still, kind of, sort of, but they're like floundering. There's always
they came back. The last couple of years, we've been hammering them again more and more.
Okay, yeah, because I know for a while they were like on the brink of like extinction, but not because we're doing such a great job, but more of a infighting. You know,
A little bit of infighting. Some of it us doing a good job. The thing with terrorism and insurgencies, the Chinese did this. It was they wrote the book for it.
All right, here we go.
So it's been a while. So I may screw some of this up, but when Mao was spreading across China, the way he did it, he's made cells. So the idea is we may have a 10-man team, but we operate in pairs.
Yeah.
So that way, if the other 8 are dead,
Yeah.
you can still function.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the basis for these insurgencies. Insurgents and all that they're doing is they're working in smaller little cells and groups. They're compartmentalized and all that stuff. So
Right.
that way they can go underground for 10 years.
And reset. Because
Yeah.
there's always some angry kid whose dad got blown up by an American and then now he's of age and boom.
Or like Osama bin Laden, dad didn't love him enough. And then America got all the credit for Afghanistan.
That's a whole nother story.
I mean, that's probably like a really bad oversimplification of it.
Yeah, because he came out from a wealthy family. They were all normal. He happened to be the black sheep, and then he just said, "Fuck it."
Well, he was over there trying to fight the Russians in Afghanistan.
Yeah,
That's why I drew that bad simplification where he had all these brothers. Dad didn't love him enough.
Yeah.
And then America gets all the glory for saving Afghanistan from the Russians. And he was trying to save them himself. And
May I?
yeah, go for it.
Oh yeah. What's it? Which pocket? Front pocket?
My laptop.
There you go.
Got to keep them safe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have bad oversimplification.
Nah, it's okay.
Analogies.
It
But,
doesn't even matter.
He went a little too far with that, with his issues, but
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. That's all that matters.
was that May 5th?
Yeah, I think so.
I was at an Irish pub when it happened.
I don't even know where the fuck I was. What was it? 18? 17, 18?
No. It was before that.
14, 15?
I think 14, 15. Because I was up in Prescott that day.
Oh,
And Seamus was at the Irish pub, so I was hanging out with him.
Yeah.
And
Let's find out.
Seamus was a good friend. He was a Marine. Mm-hmm. And then he ended up joining the Army Guard and went Special Forces.
When was Osama bin Laden caught and killed? 11.
Oh, we were both off.
Ooh, I'm way off.
But that makes more sense for Prescott.
And when was Saddam? When was Saddam Hussein caught and killed?
Saddam Hussein was executed by hanging on December 30th,
Yeah.
2006.
That was a long time ago. He was in following his capture of 03. Somebody happened later on. I think it was it? No, Bin Laden's sons was before him, right?
Yeah. And then we got Zakawi. Then we got that Iranian general.
Uh-huh.
Sossaman?
Was it Gaddafi? Somebody got caught later on. I don't remember. Anyways, not important.
Yeah.
They're dead.
Yeah.
So 11. Where the fuck was I in 11? I was in 29 Palms, ramping up, getting ready for my first Mew. Yeah. So, that's why it's kind of just there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, damn, dude. And then I know, what's funny is ISIS still operates strongly in southern Philippines.
I believe it.
Like you can't. It's the travel ban red level where you cannot go to the southern Philippines. Like you can go anywhere in the Philippines, just don't go down there.
Yeah.
Because you go down there, done. Not if they find out you're American or if you're tourists. Oh yeah, nah, dude. And then when I trained in the Philippines, where they go for their deployment, they don't go really to Afghan Iraq. They just go south. And you're at the time, I don't know if it's still a thing now, because the last time when I was in the Philippines had it been 15, 16. They were telling me, training with them, they're like, yeah, if you want to pick up rank past PFC Lance, you got to go get at least one kill in the southern Philippines. I'm like, you have to go get 1 kill. I was like, yeah. I don't know if it was like a requirement, like you're, making your points to pick up rank, but it's more like a rite of passage,
Yeah,
but
maybe.
like they operate a little differently over there. So
Yeah.
it's like, fuck, dude. Okay. So then past Jordan, all of that, what happens after Jordan?
So Jordan, I get back here to the Arizona. So before I went to Jordan, before I moved out here, we have a full-time unit in the Guard. It's the Counter Drug Task Force.
Right.
So I was a part of that team. So I come back here. I'm doing two different roles. I got my weekend job. I became company commander. And I do my counter drug part on the front end. So I was doing operations. So just running all the information, getting everything going, reporting things to the boss. If you got an Air Force colonel and you screw up the words, they lose their shit.
Okay.
Yeah, so like you're doing a brief for them and you don't get it right. My Microsoft went to French for the spell check.
Uh-huh.
So I clicked all the red. I fixed it. And none of it made sense. So, but being commander, it was during COVID. I had troops out supporting COVID stations. We got called up for all the civil unrest that was going on in Phoenix. Got called to the border. And Governor Ducey was like, "We're going to the border." They called my unit. So just trying to sort through all that.
Governor Goober. Anyways.
Doing all the full-time stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, the last 10 years, that's what I did full-time. I'm a guy that drove in every day. And it's probably the coolest thing about being in the Guard is when you can, like one day I'm out there in Jordan ready to execute my warfighting function. Then I'm back home and I'm supporting and doing things for the community.
So, are you married or?
Yeah.
So, what's your wife and all of this between just like, I'm in Jordan today, back fucking next week. Now I'm in downtown, hurting fucking people who don't want to get vaccinated, shit like that. Like, what's her patience level like, or her fucking like, yo, my stress and anxiety.
She's like a saint. She just deals with everything. Well, we started a business when I went to Jordan, and then so she just kind of gave her something to do. Mm-hmm. And now she's been running it and doing things, and I just keeping super busy. And
what's the business?
I would print stickers and T-shirts and stuff.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. So.
Fuck yeah.
And it gives her something to do, and I got her a couple of employees now, so she manages them. And,
it's growing.
Yeah, no, and just comes home and complains about people. I'm like, I've been doing this for the last 10 years, complaining about people, and you never listened.
I wonder now that you're. Oh, well, okay. So it probably isn't too bad because you're home being on guard and shit. I'd imagine like for me when I got out, it was like I was gone full time, and I came home full time, and it was just like at the time my wife, like now my ex-wife, like she was running the house, running the kids, and holding everything down while I was gone. It's like. Now I'm here, and she's like, "What are you doing here? Like, get the fuck out of my face! Like, come on, man! Like, it was a culture shock,
That was the cool thing about the job. I came home every night.
Okay,
most of the time. Mm-hmm. A lot of travel, a lot of. When I was company commander, I was up in Flagstaff, so I'd be gone for 4 or 5 days a month, little things like that. So
okay,
there was a little bit of. Being away, I'd leave here at 5:30 in the morning, get home 17:30, and
so you just had like almost a 9 to 5 almost.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so that wasn't too bad for her. No. Like eventually, before we separated and got our divorce, it was it took a while to kind of get into the swing of things and learn and all of that. Because, like for me, for us, it was like when I'm gone full time, especially like, because I got out in 17, but I ended up buying the house in 16 so she can have somewhere to be with the kids. And then my BH wasn't going to fucking base housing or rent. It was like, no, it's going to our forever home. And no, it was a learning curve to just be there with her and the kids full time, but I managed as long as we could.
So last day in the office was 27 March this year.
Yeah. So with that, then we pretty much while you were in. So now let's transition into. You got out a week ago, right? 7 days. So now, what's life as a filthy?
Yeah, my 214. It's
what's life as a filthy civilian?
So, like I said, 27 March was. I started my time off. I had my ceremony for retirement, and we started getting into a routine. Then I had to go back in, finish some medical. Once I finally got the medical done, they were able to finally, 2 weeks after that, I get my 214. So that's 29 April. So that was my last shave.
It's nice.
It is nice. But we're kind of, between me going down to Fort Huachuca and coming back, and we were starting to get a routine. And then she leaves me. She goes on a cruise with her girlfriend.
Okay.
And I just totally jacks up all kinds of routine. Comes back, trying to get back into that routine, and the kids get out of school. So that just jacks up that whole routine.
Everything just blew up.
We're 7 days into officially retired, and I don't know left from right or up or down. Or
Hey, man.
I got to look at it and see it. My watch says Sunday.
Yeah.
So trying to do things in the community, worked with veterans in need, trying to get them extra funding. We did a project with them. Jason was talking about. I see I screwed it up too.
Yeah, fuck them. Fuck both of them.
Fuck them.
Fuck both of them. Fuck you, Jason. Fuck you, Justin. Whatever. Both of you. Eat a dick.
He was talking about getting shirts going. So
yeah.
So I got 2 hats for him in my bag right now. I gotta get to him.
Fuck yeah. Fuck that. Give me one.
So
I tell him, give me a shirt. Like, I need a shirt.
He's got a fat head.
Yeah.
It's a 2XL.
All right.
No, it's like, why is your head so fucking big?
Yeah. He's a dude. That's why. And then you get like a 4XL for Jason's fat ass. I love you, Jason, but go fuck yourself. But no, dude. Like, I get it. It's like,
so it's just, where do you fall in life? Like, for the t-shirts and stuff, she's trying to get me to help produce things and make things. I can run the machines, but just jumping in the middle of something, just, I don't know, it ain't making sense to me.
Have you had a chance to just sit there and do nothing? Like, if you had a moment to be like, sit in your nothing box?
Nah.
Okay. So
so my buddy Mike, he was Navy. He did a lot of work he was a pastor over at the Maricopa Pantry over there at that church. Good friend. Met him out and about, and that was one thing he says, and I agree. It's like, you got to take time for yourself, or life is going to make you take time for yourself, and you don't necessarily want that.
Boy, I learned that the hard way. I tell you what.
Yeah. And the wife's understandable, but right now I'm just fidgety. I just got to figure something to do.
Yeah. Fair.
I'd recommend, if you're going to buy an e-bike, get a decent one, but don't get one that goes 45 miles an hour. Because when you crash at 20 miles an hour, it still hurts when you slam yourself in the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking know.
That was 2 weeks ago. I'm almost better.
Yeah. I when I got out, I'm pretty sure I told this story before. I got out on a Friday, and Monday I was already in Mesa Community College taking my hazmat course for firefighting. And then that was June. I was done with hazmat course by mid-July, and 2 weeks later I was checking into my Fire 1 and 2 classes in August. So I had no transition to decompress. It was just running and gunning. And then it wasn't until COVID hit where I was rocking 3 firefighting jobs. I was working in Kingman as a full-time, or as a structure firefighter. I was doing wildlands. So I was coming and going. And then I was in the process of getting a job with Gila River Fire Department. And at one point and another, all 3 blew up spectacularly in my face. One, Gila River, I realized when I was there doing their academy, I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to work with these motherfuckers. Kingman, at that point, it was just like, let me go back to Kingman and actually pour more into it. But by that time, I was at odds with the fire chief, and I was angry veteran. And to me, he reminded me of a cowardly fucking staff NCO that I had, and I was just like, yeah, you're a bitch. And that blew up spectacularly. And then Wildlands was, seasonal, and by then we rolled into fucking off season and COVID, and so there was no work. Yeah. So I went from having 3 firefighting jobs to none, and I had to look at myself and be, like you said, time to decompress and humble myself. And like, I know COVID was bad for a lot of people, but for me, it forced me to sit down and do fuck all and face myself, face everything, and just, all right, well, I guess it's time for me to start decompressing and actually working towards myself, and
yeah.
Here we are.
That's the biggest thing. It's beer hasn't slowed down, but I'm doing more, trying to help with the pantry, give back to the community, help at the church, do things like that. And, but no day has been the same yet. No. No day has been the same.
Honestly, dude, if you can find a day where you can just, it almost sounds like being an impression, but just stay in bed and not do anything. Even if it's just one day, just do nothing. That day will change the rest of your life. Maybe you don't have to do it every day, but like once every 2 weeks, it's just a big old fucking nothing day. You go find a lake and cast a line and just fucking.
I've been thinking about like how to like I learned how to fish, but I just can't. And I think this is just like the last 10, 15 years of just, being an officer is kind of like cutthroat.
Oh yeah,
because there's even less positions than enlisted.
Well aware.
You always got to do something. You always got to put together something. It's always got to look better than everybody else. Like,
your fit rep and all of that.
It just, why aren't you running good? Well, it turns out I've got 60% less capacity in my lungs right now.
Yeah. So
it's like,
you mentioned it earlier. So if you want to talk about it, like your health, like you found out you were type 1.
Yeah. So 3 years ago, my A1C was perfect. January, I went from perfect to like 11.4%.
Right.
They did some other tests and they're like, well, no, you're not type 2, you're type 1. And then they're like, I'm looking a little anemic too, so we're going to check for colon cancer. Like, I went from 0 to nothing really quick.
Fuck yeah.
Then VA had me do a pulmonary function, and I'm at 60% on lung capacity of what I should be. So, all those places, all those toxins. So, if there's any advice for anybody, it's get your blood checked regularly.
Yeah.
It's we get exposed to so much crap. You probably got exposed to crap too as a firefighter.
Not as much as you think, because they're very. Okay, so back in the day, it was if you didn't have soot on your helmet, you weren't a real firefighter. Yeah. Now it's like you're not gonna fight many fires, period.
Yeah.
And then it's all external. We're not gung ho running in anymore. So and then there's like, don't leave your turnouts dirty. Immediately wash them in the industrial washer. So not as much as like. Once upon a time when it was like cowboy up type shit, but now no, because a lot of my firefighter trainers, they had to deal with cancer and they had to do it because they were young and not dumb, but it was their way of doing it, you know? Like, they would run into buildings, they would fucking stay with their shit dirty and all of that, but then they learned, and then now the new generation and my generation got to learn, we don't do that. Let's protect ourselves so we don't end up with cancer.
Well, I mean, we lost, at least in my experience with people I know, we've lost a lot to cancer. I'm 40.
Yeah.
And 30 through 40 years old, we shouldn't be losing so many people with cancer.
No, not at all.
So that's I think.
So was it colon cancer finally? Or
I haven't
was it
gotten
fossil?
that check yet.
Oh, okay. So we're
Yeah,
still.
well, I'm in the middle of an insurance change.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You got that.
I'm still getting VA assessment.
Yeah.
If you're still in, the best thing to do is start everything as early as possible. No one. This is a weighted statement. They support you, but they don't support you getting medical and doing things and going through that.
Man, you're preaching to the choir. There's nothing that you're going to say this time.
They want you to work till the last day.
Mm-hmm. You're not speaking any taboo here.
It's, and I told the colonel, I was like, I'm going to have to start doing all these appointments. He's like, got it. Great. DCO, deputy commanders, a friend of mine even. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, we got this meeting, we got this to do, you got this is coming up, what are you doing about this? And it's like, I'm telling her the same thing. And complaining that, these people, they hit this mark and then they just like quit working. It's like, you give a lot. And I think I learned this back in Fort Knox when we were talking earlier, is when I went to mobilization trainings, those days could be 24 hours at a time, back to back. So when you're back at home station and maybe you only work an hour, there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
You don't need to go.
They don't see that, though.
It's like, why? Hell, we're home station now, it's 8 to 5. Well, give your people some time.
Yeah, no.
That's probably one of the biggest leadership things they could probably think about in the military is, average the time out.
For us, we were out in the field for 2 weeks, and we got back that night, and we were done by midnight. Yeah, I don't show to work up till noon tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's probably as best as we got it. If you stood duty, you didn't get the next day off. You're, all right, yeah, should have work up at noon or some bullshit. Like, depends. Some, very few and far between. It's like, yeah, you can have tomorrow off. Don't worry about it. And it wasn't like we were in country or somewhere. It was just back at our workstations. It's like,
the taxpayer is going to get they're going to get what they paid and more, even if you give people time off.
Yeah. It's fucking ass. So, I mean, okay, so with everything, like, we're kind of transitioning into kind of giving people advice. You kind of touched on the tail end of somebody who's getting out. What about somebody who's in, or, well, let's go backwards. Somebody who's in, what advice can you continue to give them,
Well, I would say right now, like, going back to medical, get checked out. Mm-hmm. If they're stuck on TRICARE and have to go to a military base, maybe cough up the money and go get your blood work done somewhere else.
Okay.
I know, like, Luke Air Force Base, I'm just going to side on the idea that they're overwhelmed with retirees and guardsmen and Air Force and all these other people. They don't have time to do all that. And they're not going to do lab unless it's provided by the provider, which you can't get in front of the provider.
Yeah.
But getting things documented, I think the culture is shifting. We got a lot of the old guys.
Hang on. And the culture shifting.
The culture's shifting. Like when I came in, it was 2001. So a lot of those people that were out for 20 years, they came in the 80s, 90s, and they're the ones that kind of really built this culture of don't be a sick call warrior. Sick call is not bad. don't ride it.
Yeah.
You know, you got to muscle through some things that, you know, you got to push, but you also need to get things documented.
Yeah.
And then you need to get on the VA stuff as soon as possible.
Yeah.
I'm talking to an old Vietnam guy, and his impression was that if he went to the VA, he was taking away from someone else. But it's not the case. As soon as you enlist, they're investing into you being all jacked up. So
Yeah.
they've already made the investment in having to pay. Now you just got to get the paperwork to proof.
Yeah. Yeah, that's absolutely true. Well, do you have a rating yet or no?
No.
Take it off.
So with my type 1, I figured I'd have everything done by January, would get everything in by February. They kept running tests and figuring things out, and I had to go to Luke Air Force Base. But it was actually Fort Huachuca Army that would be the final say on everything. So getting everything documented and put together so I can get something. And
Well, now that you're out, if you have your medical paperwork, the company, they are subsidized or outsourced by the VA.
yeah,
I can put you in contact with them, and I mean they're one of those they're work for profit, so they want their pay, but they can help you get a reasonable rating. You know, rather than you've taken it to yourself through the VA, because especially like Phoenix VA, they are. Oh, dude, I was dealing with them for 7 years. About 2024 is when I finally got my 100%, and that's because I went through this company. Because going back to the VA over and over, the best I got went from 10 to 30 to 60, and now I'm at 100%.
because I'm in that window, even though I should have had my rating 7 days ago, but I was kind of fell behind getting everything right to the VSO. They've outsourced all my appointments.
They've outsourced all your appointments.
Yeah, so all my appointments have been with civilian providers.
Okay.
And not being VA, they're a little bit more supportive. I'm not saying they're breaking the rules, but
No, it's not.
they're like, how can I do the best for you to communicate to the VA? So
Yeah. No, dude, see it through, and if it doesn't work out, or if you don't come out, given that you give 20, what'd you say, 1 years?
25.
25.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you got all sorts of shit. Sleep apnea, right? Fucking the diabetes thing, or anything, everything. Let me know.
Yeah.
I'll put you in contact with this company I went through. Needless to say, they helped me get to my 100, but not just 100%, but total and permanent. So I'm totally and permanently retarded for the rest of my life. So I don't have to, like, I work full time and I have my monthly, and I'm able to still pay the house, pay my bills, and function.
Yeah.
Of course, cost of living is retarded.
Oh,
Eggs are like $37 an egg. So it's like, life's still life, and I got to figure everything else out. But I have, at worst case, this safety net if I lose my job. And I know we still have the house and the bills paid for, but there's, if it doesn't work out, just let me know, because that's the whole point of this, is to help everybody and everybody.
I was reading that they're down to 77 days on processing things.
So for me, and this is my experience, can't tell you from everybody else because everybody's different. But when I went through the company, I went through their wizards. I went through their medical, and that took about 6 months.
Yeah.
But then they say, hey, we're going to turn in your paperwork today. It was Friday. I turned it in about 8 in the morning. And by Monday afternoon, I checked just for shits and gigs. I'm like, I'm bored. Let me check. And my rating went, on Friday, close of business. It was at 60. When I checked Monday afternoon, close of business, 100%.
What is it?
So
they're the VA is getting my TBI and my PTSD reevaluated. I just saw the psychiatrist on Friday.
Did you tell him it was like? Did you speak like it was your worst day ever? Were you talking to their psychiatrists, their wizards?
Oh no, this was outside
Private.
of the,
Okay.
yeah, so,
Okay. So
yeah, so it was a bad day.
Okay.
My brain was not braining.
no, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's what I was gonna say. Is
Yeah.
like it's those. How do I put it? Like when I saw this company's private wizard, the lady looked at me and she's like, "Holy shit!" And I was just like, "What do you want me to tell you?" You know, and it's what it is. And then they did their thing, whatever voodoo they work on, and they made it happen. So yeah. So hopefully, yeah, dude. I hope so. I hope so. Like it all works out. Just let me know if it doesn't.
Yeah.
Okay, so then now we're backstepping. We've talked about advice for somebody getting out, somebody who's still in. What about somebody who wants to join in? Like you have kids?
Yeah. Go Air Force.
Fair, like what? Yeah, like we roast Air Force all day, but like, if your kids came to you and were like, "Dad, fuck it, I'm joining," what are you gonna tell them?
Yeah, that's the hard part. I've thought about that. It's there's a lot to say about family heritage in the Marines, family heritage in the Army, and stuff like that. There's things you're going to do in the Marines you're not going to do in the Army. Air Force is going to keep most people out of trouble or out of danger.
Right.
There is something that I think we get in the Army and the Marines, the combat arms, that you don't get anywhere else in the world. Like, you learn this camaraderie. You learn the purpose of life. You learn how to take care of each other. There's a lot of discipline that gets put into it. So I'm really torn. My son complained that I had brought home 2% milk instead of whole milk.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Man, you're bougie." Right?
Yeah.
So we talked about 130 degrees in Iraq. We talked about freezing in Korea. It's 110 in Phoenix, and they're cold. They want to put a sweater on, or they want to
AC's
blanket.
working real nice, huh?
No, they're just, even to go outside, it's like, I think I'm cold. They have no concept of life.
Okay.
And I think you get something when you go out there and you experience the harshness, the environments. Don't get me wrong, I don't want them in harm's way, but I have a thought that I think America's biggest disadvantage right now is from the greatest generation. So Memorial Day, I was going to do sermon for church, and we're talking, and little old lady comes up. He's like, "Yeah, my dad was at Normandy. I've done nothing. He never talked about it." And I was like, "Well, stop. You've done a lot of things. You're helping here. You're a teacher. You mentored and you grew a lot of people. But the problem is he never talked about it." So World War I, those guys came back and they said, "Life is hell. Get your shit together."
Yeah.
World War II came back and said, "Life is hell. I'm not going to tell you about it."
Yeah, because who knows what they saw.
I'm not. I don't. It's hard to say. I'm going back and forth. Like,
You're good.
I'm not blaming them, but I'm blaming them because we're in a society today that is jaded. They only know America and all the benefits they have. They don't know the harsh realities of knowing you can't go to the South Philippines. They don't know what it's like to have your ruled by terrorists and all these other things that are atrocities that are happening throughout the world. They don't see it. They don't understand it. And I think
they just take for granted the freedom of speech, like the whole wiping their asses on the flag, stomping on it, burning flags.
Yeah.
Like, man, you realize if you don't wear a shawl as a woman in like Afghan, they're gonna fucking stone you to death. Like,
right.
and here you are with your ass cheeks out on TikTok. Like, at 13, 14 years old, like, calm yourself.
That's why I get torn. It's,
Yeah.
I want the kids to know what life really is and how good they got it. But I don't necessarily want them to be in the Army.
Yeah.
But maybe they have to be because they're just as stubborn, hard ass as I am.
Yeah.
So,
I talked about this, like, my oldest, she's a great kid, but she had no drive to get her license. Like, she's 17, doesn't have a license yet. She has a permit, but, you know, and I was just like, man, when I was a kid, I needed my license. I wanted to get the fuck out the house.
get away.
I just need, like, mom was annoying, my old man was annoying. Like, no, dude, like, find something that drives you and move forward. But then it's like, I have video games. Like, I grew up on fucking video games. I love me video games. But I even saw this study where, like, kids who played Mario and you had 3 lives. And you either beat the fucking level or you restart from the beginning. These games, you just die and you're right there where you died. You just come back. And it's like, not even video games are the same. So it just teaches them, like, I don't know if it's complacency or laziness, but it's like, and this might be a hot take, but I've said this for fucking years. We as Americans need a good old fashioned kick in the balls fucking at home game. Like, one country says, you know what? Fuck you, and invades us.
Yeah.
And boy, I'm not encouraging it because my son being diabetic, like, I want to protect my kids and family, but, like, you want to give motherfuckers a wake-up call, bring a war to their house. You know, I'm not saying I'm saying it and not wanting it all at the same time, but it's like, how do you wake up all these motherfuckers who are sleeping, you know?
They've been coasting. It's World War
cold.
II, they didn't talk about it because they wanted to protect their kids.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, but then the boomers...
But the second and third order effects down the road is you got reporters in Vietnam who were coddled, like, oh man, this is horrible shit. Granted, we fucked up. We fucked up some things. Got it. But the reality is they're reporting on things that, like, if they had been talked to or grew up during the Korean War and World War II, and if they had seen that and been involved with it and understand that these split-second decisions, these target of objectives, the sadly the word I'm looking for is where something bad happens. We blow up the building and then casualties, but no, like, sometimes civilians get caught up in the crossfire.
Casualties of war.
You know, but it's, if they would have known that, you know, that lieutenant, that captain, that first sergeant, that platoon sergeant that made the call, they carry that with them.
Yeah.
If they would have known that growing up, they wouldn't have gone to Vietnam and reported back about how horrible we were.
Yeah.
And then all that did was raise another generation.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, the hippies.
Right? And then they taught their kids about love and peace and being, you know, you teach hate. Well, yeah, you know, violence is the answer, but when you got to punch somebody in the face, you got to punch them in the face.
Yeah.
And then we get to our generation, and it's like this jagged little pill that was injected into us with all the bubbles that have been wrapped around us about.
I do, like, again, going back to, like, the Gen Zers and shit, like, for our generation, we were the last motherfuckers who played out until the street light came on. Like, I know you remember the commercial. Your kid's out. It's 9 p.m. Do you know where your kid's at? You know?
Yeah.
But then we were also at the same time, like, the pioneers of the technology. So being a millennial, like, not only did we close the outside door, we fucking pioneered the internet. Like, from dial-up to MySpace to Napster to fucking now Spotify and all of this shit. So, like, I do shit on the computers that my kids are fucking clueless. And it's just like, shouldn't you be the next generation? Like, hella running, like, the internet, but no, you're too busy on TikTok, too busy on social media, and then it's just like y'all are so sidetracked, and then you only see what the algorithm shows you, and it's just like, man, like the algorithm will show you like the drone dropping a bomb on a dude in Russia or Ukraine, right? But what if you were literally in the shit over there, and now your balls are like to the fire? Now what? What are you gonna do, kid? And it's just like, that's where I go back. It's like these kids,
no reset.
They don't have, okay. And then you got these gangsters, or like all these little fucking gangs and these motherfuckers that they think they're, oh, I'm so hard, I'm so cool, I'm so gangster. Like, because you rob a store, and like now you're committing petty theft because society's like, oh, we decriminalize this, we defunded the police. It's like, we're just screwing ourselves over. And it's just like, you guys just need to grow the fuck up in a way where it's like, okay, if America did what Korea does, 2 years out of high school, those first few years, you're in the military. Do you see something? Probably not. But you get some form of discipline. At least you have a taste of something. Whether it sticks or not, probably not. But at the same time, it was just like, man, I'm all for something changing, because where we're at now, it sucks. So it's like, if I don't encourage my kids to go to the military, I encourage them to do other things, but at least I can teach them not to be so pussified. They're like, look, I'm going to teach you my life experiences. Like you said, if you told your story, I'll teach my kids, like, hey, maybe you want to do this, maybe you want to do that. Like, even with my oldest, where she's more Gen Z-esque, not so much, but she kind of like has no drive to get her license. Well, she's like, hey, can I go to the mall? Sure. But when I say so. Or it's like, sure, why don't you get your license so you can go fucking drive yourself to the mall? I have my motorcycle. You can take the van. You take your sister. You're free. You have your freedom. I'm telling her. So it's more like I have to reverse psychology it now, because I can't be like, no, go get it. I don't want to pester her like my parents did. I want her to figure it out. And it's just like, you know what? You want this? Go get it. Oh, I can't. You got to drive me. Oh, sorry. I'm not today. But now that'll give her the drive to, let me go get my license. Let me go do my life. So it's just, I guess it's us adapting and teaching these kids a different way. You know?
It's adapted. But then, like I said, they're probably just as stubborn and hard-headed as I am. So it's not going to be me. It's probably going to have to be some platoon sergeant,
so be it.
Sergeant,
license to fuck them up.
It's, I don't want them to go through what I did.
No.
I mean, like you said, we won't go places if we don't need to. Skipped over a bunch of stuff, but yeah.
Nah, I get it. Well, I mean, that's pretty much all of my questions. Is there anything else you want to share with anybody who's watching? Or anything, you got any last words of advice, any plug? You're more than welcome. That camera, you can plug in your business. You know, the stickers and stuff like that. Anything you want to share?
I would say, like, if you're a leader, we're designed in a way where we give intent and someone does the execution. Sometimes the execution might be just good enough.
Okay.
You know, we're building a road. I had some warrant officer do it, and it wasn't like I initially wanted. But when I turned around and said, you know what, I think it's going to be good enough, I think it's going to work, totally changed his morale.
Good enough for government work.
Right?
Yeah.
But sometimes that's all it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not Delta Force, Special Forces, having to do these synchronized, super high-speed things. Sometimes good enough is good enough.
Fair.
So, it ain't worth the time getting wrapped up in the weeds.
Okay. I get that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I think that goes back to what you trying to tell me to take some time for myself, too.
Yeah.
I'm still wrapped up on the weeds myself.
Dude, so it might be the hardest thing to do, to just sit there and go like this and stare at the fucking ceiling. I mean, I went through it.
That sounds pretty impossible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
trust
so-
me, trust me. Like I literally had to have a world changing event to make me do that, and that was COVID.
Yeah, that's what my buddy Mike was telling me. He's like, you don't do it yourself, the world will make it.
Yeah,
Something's gonna happen.
yeah. So I'm telling you, you're better off doing it. Even if you go buy a vacation where you go to, I don't know, the Maldives. Just throwing it out there because fuck, that shit's expensive. But you go and you sit on the beach and you stare at the ocean with the mojito in your hand and just be like, I have nothing to do.
Yeah.
Holy shit. You fuck it. That's all you can do.
Yeah.
You know? Well, with that being said, thanks for coming aboard.
Thanks.
And for you guys at home, hopefully you enjoyed this episode of Hurry Up and Wait. And then yeah, tune into the next time. Again, hurry up and wait. Well, hope you guys enjoyed that episode. As you can tell, Harvey put me on into a new cerveza. I never thought Michelob Ultra would be something I'd be about. But hey, you know, things change. People get fat. We need to lose calories. We got to watch our health. And, you know, Harvey taught me something about being able to drink beer while being type 1 at like almost 50 years old. So thank you guys again for joining us and hurry up and wait.